We're going to now turn to Khadija from HawKar. Do you have a microphone? It's on already.
It works?
Yeah, it works right now.
May I have the clicker?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. There you go.
Thank you. Okay. So at HawKar, we are not directly related to the space, but we are related to accessibility and connectivity for mobility, especially for people with reduced mobility. So as you all see, I'm a person with reduced mobility. And being in a wheelchair, I always had difficulty to move long distance every day because the infrastructure and public transport are not suitable for people with disability, especially in my country. I'm from Tunisia. And people like me represent about 10% of the MENA region, of which 4% are people with physical disability aged from 15 years old and more. And that represents more than 12 million people. So our solution for them is an accessible, adapted, and sustainable electric vehicles for people with physical disabilities, directly accessible in a wheelchair, more secure than electric scooters, and adapted to different physical disabilities. So this car will have a left-right control adapted to the need of the person. It will have detector obstacles. It will be compact, so you can park it perpendicularly to the sidewalk so that the person can find himself directly on the sidewalk at his exit from the car. And it will have a mobile application. Let's see a little bit how what is existing in the world. So the solution for people with disability are either electric scooters, equipped vehicles, or similar cars. The problem is with electric scooters, they are not made for long distance, not secure because they are not covered, and not made for, and for the equipped vehicles, they cost too much, they are too big, and they are polluting, and you need to move from the wheelchair to the seat to drive, which is, believe me, it's a big problem. Similar cars are not 100% adapted to different physical disabilities, and they are not easy to buy for people living in Africa and the MENA region. Our goal is to make an open source hardware. We want also to sell the standard and adapted vehicle, and integrate the people with disability in the work and everyday life. Let's talk a little bit about the hardware that will be in open source. So it will be a standard model ready to assemble. It's a little bit like IKEA for cars, so that this structure can also be used not only for cars for people with disability, but also in all other kinds of vehicles for municipalities, for example, or any other way. So that's it. And this is our contact. In the end, we want to improve life of people with reduced mobility and make the difference. Thank you.
Khadija, that's great. Thank you very much.